Leo here, your premier Smogcraft server admin, guy who does a lot of work, approves your usernames to get whitelisted, all that junk. So Robbie's posted this very lovely sort of tour of our spawn of Smogcraft 2. And I just want to explain some of the things we did in our sort of process from getting to the initial design to our realized creation. To begin with, Forks had a wonderful plan out of his ideal server in this lovely square in the park, and that was a great idea. And AZ Swagasaurus, he built a custom model. I think it was Buff who had some design idea built out with a certain style that was very nice. And we kind of didn't follow it exactly. We didn't follow Buff's design, but we followed Fork's sort of original plan. And that plan sort of was our guidepost. I added in a lot of facilities. That was my sort of plan. I wanted to get all the facilities run up, started up, how we were going to do them. Our initial idea was open air. We would have everything we needed from the start, because that was our problem with Smallcraft 1, is that we didn't have everything. When new things were added, we were kind of cramped. People built their houses right at spawn, and we never kind of got around to killing them off because they were people's houses. So we sort of set our limit of what we wanted in the spawn area, and doing a good job of limiting that, trying to have everything close by. My goal with the facilities was it would be enough for anyone to get started, and it was the best in terms of space compared to feasibility. Like, I know you could have automatic melon farms or giant cactus farms, but that's not practical for the amount of space. We just want everything close by. So that's was my original goal, and you can see in the spawn video that everything's pretty small. You have just a bit, you could idle there for a bit. Going through all the facilities that Robbie went through to start off, yeah, the furnace room was nice. That furnace room with the nether brick was probably the last thing I built there, and kind of shows because I was running out of ideas to build, and it looks really nice. I think with the brick and design, it's a really good example of what I was trying to go for with all the buildings, and that you can tell just what the building is by what it looks like. I didn't want 20 buildings that looked all the same because that would be kind of annoying. Trying to figure out what room it is or what thing you're trying to look for. I wanted to avoid that. I might try and go further with compass directions on the spawn at each entrance, but we'll see about that. I'm on the fence about that. Another thing I tried to use was different blocks for all the things, very open, so you could just walk right in and out. Pretty much at spawn we have almost every type of block that you can use. I was really glad I got to use the note blocks finally, because I really like those in buildings. We have mushrooms, birch, brick, nether brick, some wool, purple wool. I didn't get the lapis blocks. I might do that later with the potion shop. Who knows? Another thing was, yeah, I did a lot of facilities, and then people who helped out a lot. Wivery helped out a ton. I don't know how she did it. I know a lot of people supplied a lot, but Wivery just, I don't think she ever left spawn for the first week. While I was off busy breeding sheep and herding them around, she was building on these walls. We got a pretty good idea going. I was there a bit before spawn launched, and Forks and I set up posts, little posts, and I don't know if everyone saw them, but there were about 4 here, and then we're there to just set our limit so everyone could see, flatten everything out. After that, we set the border for that. We put up the sea level. We want it 5 blocks above sea. I don't know, I still don't know why, but Forks wanted it that way, so that's what we did. Which resulted in a lot of flattening. and we took a few mountains out. If you didn't notice, some of the terrain still isn't fixed as much as I'd like it to, but I'm sure that will come once people build a bit more. You guys can build near spawn. It's totally okay. Just leave space for people to walk around. That's all I want. Um, yeah, I built about 80% of the facilities in Spawn. I'm not gonna lie. One of the cool things I like is the mushroom house, the shroom farm, which Yearn built, and I'm very glad that Yearn did because it looks amazing. It was broken in that video, but that was because of a little problem that I've had to fix up. Normally has a white wool at the bottom, and you can just use bone meal on a mushroom to grow it up. I will maybe add an automatic mushroom farm, just with pistons and water, just right underneath. I could. With the crafting guild, that's basically my area to do whatever I want in. Just because I knew we would have some miscellaneous things, and I didn't want buildings just exclusively for the snowman. Like I said, did the snowman, but the stone generator and item destroyer. With that item destroyer, the lava from that destroyer and the stone generator, the lava flows down and is used as part of the stone generator piston system. I wouldn't recommend going down. You'll just have to take my word for it that if you block that lava, you won't be able to have stone anymore, because I saved on lava because I didn't want to rush around doing it. I wasn't at the point yet at that point in building a spawn that I was comfortable going around and building, gathering enough buckets for all the lava just wasn't worth it. And it was a smart choice, I think. Doesn't really affect it much, but it's pretty cool. Um, the flower farm is nice. I might add things to it later. And aside from that, we finally got our chicken farm up just today. And with Spawn, I just have to say, good work, everybody. Now we're having the points where we can just post melon things, and I really liked Robbie's pause. She saw the melon man. Very freaky. Those guys are pretty freaky, I have to say. But okay, this is going about 7 minutes. Let me end at 8. Everyone's amazing who helped out. Thank you so much. This was Early Blast. I have to say that our border limit and our server limit is going great, and we'll expand eventually. I know we're running out of sand, but we just want to have everything close by. We want the initial stuff close by. We don't want to. We're trying to avoid as much of Smogcraft 1 as possible with places that were too far off and a pain to travel to. If we can avoid that, we'd be happy. That was another thing we did, yeah, that small border. Exactly, as it's not small, it's pretty big. No one's built anything in some corners. So enjoy Spawn, have fun. It will probably change